In the past 12 months, the following communities have taken official action to revoke their contracts with ICLEI. Starting with Carroll County, Maryland, then Amador County, California, then Montgomery County, Pennsylvania, then Edmond, Oklahoma, then Las Cruces, New Mexico, then Spartanburg, South Carolina, then Albemarle County, Virginia, the home of Thomas Jefferson, then Plantation, Florida, then James City County, Virginia, where America basically began at Jamestown, then Lexington, Virginia. We can now add Carver, Massachusetts, Pinellas County, Florida, Garland, Texas, Sarasota County, Florida, Abington, Virginia, Clallam County, Washington, and Chatham County, North Carolina, and most recently, Mammoth County and Somerset County, New Jersey, can all be added to the list. In fact, we believe, we don't have all the official word yet, we believe at least 54 communities have pulled out of ICLEI since last January, while only 17 communities have become members. That is a net reduction of 34 communities in 1 year. But a word of warning. They've all taken a vital first step in ending Agenda 21 in their community, but it is only a first step. They have just fired a shot across their bow. There's much more work to do now to get rid of these policies and make sure they don't crop up somewhere else. But there's more. In Washington State, in the legislature, my friend Representative Matt Shea is succeeding in establishing an anti-Agenda 21 caucus. He's got 8 members now. I talked to him the other day. In Bonner County, Idaho, County Commissioner Cornell Razor is succeeding in establishing a property rights council as an official arm of the county government. It will oversee all legislation coming before the county commission and will determine if it violates property rights. And that is an idea that is quickly spreading across the nation. Activists in Tennessee are already moving to implement property rights councils in their communities. The state legislature in Wisconsin now has a bill before it to allow local community governments to repeal comprehensive development plans that were forced under the smart growth legislation. It also, go ahead. I talk fast. It also eliminates the grant program that was set up to finance the smart growth schemes. The bill has passed the House and is headed for the Senate. And in Florida, the state legislature has passed and the government has signed legislation to repeal smart growth legislation. That now means that counties are free from state mandates. This is landmark legislation. In the state of New Hampshire, 2 bills are before the legislature. One would make it illegal for communities, state and local, to pay dues or any other kind of money to ICLEI. The other one makes it mandatory that any federal, state, or local government representative must get the written permission of the property owner before they can step foot on that land. That bill has already passed the House by a veto-proof majority. It's headed to the Senate, and Representative Matt Shea in Washington the other day told me they're working on it in Washington too. That is massive.
Where was the first place?
New Hampshire. And finally, on January 13th of this new year, the Republican National Committee unanimously passed a resolution entitled Exposing United Nations Agenda 21. Revolution against the sustainable development is taking place in every corner of this nation. Yeah.
Tennessee's got 4 different bills introduced to fight Agenda 21, enhance property rights.
Tennessee's a great state. As this revolution is spreading across the nation in a panic, ICLEI is now rushing to cleanse its website of any mention of the United Nations. Our opponents are trying their best to ridicule us and paint us as a movement of extremists. It's not working. We are growing stronger every day. The American Planning Association is holding boot camps to train their people how to counter us. I take that as a great badge of honor. I love that. For the first time since I started down the road to expose Agenda 21, I believe we will succeed in crushing it. You know, recently I watched the film Robin Hood, the one starring Russell Crowe. And I was struck by the similarities between England of the 13th century and today's America. It was a time of serfs who had no rights and no property and only poverty to look for their future. It was a time when the king owned everything from land to livestock. And it was a time when tax collectors could literally confiscate everything you had in the name of the king, leaving you with virtually nothing. The people attempted to rise up, demanding that the king give them legal rights from which they could be guaranteed the ability to benefit from the fruits of their own labor. The people of the 13th century England knew what they had to do if ever they were going to be free. The slogan under which they organized was, "Rise and rise again until lambs become lions." Today, we face an ever-growing tyranny by a Congress and a president, as well as elected officials at every level, who ignore you, lie to you, deny their actions that you can plainly see. Americans, for the first time in our history, face the same evil those Englishmen faced so long ago. And so today, I appeal to you to take that same resolve. Today, begin that effort to rise up and continue to fight again and again at city council and county commissioner meetings. Take their ridicule and return to fight again. Stand up to these self-proclaimed stakeholders and outsider NGOs, the carpetbaggers of our day. Reach out to your neighbors and help them see what a threat Agenda 21 is to their freedom. Never give in. Rise and rise again until lambs become lions. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. Appreciate it. I know we're going to have questions. Who has questions? Okay. Y'all have a seat. I promise I will get to all of you. We're going to have to go kind of fast, but we will.
Okay. The governor of Georgia has already signed an act stating that we now have sustainable agriculture. Not only that, it is removed all former legislation that does not agree with this. All the wording comes out of Agenda 21 book.
I want to get the first question in the card here. I got these handed to me in the back real quick, and I think you're all going to appreciate that you're like this. The question is, if the coal miners kick their butts, will they have a carbon footprint?
Be a very specific piece of carbon right there. Yeah.